This is a Preps on the Net Sports Update, and I'm Kevin J. And here's highlights from football playoff action, Level 1 and Level 2. Colby came into the playoffs unbeaten, and senior fullback Dylan Whitefish was making sure it stayed that way as he rushed for 5 touchdowns and gained 226 yards on the evening. It was a nasty night for sports as a power failure caused by the high winds caused a 30-minute delay at the start of the game. But Colby wasted no time in getting the ball rolling as Derek Wissell scored less than 2 minutes into the game, and Whitefish got his first touchdown before the midway point of the first quarter. Ladysmith did have a few bright spots, but by the time they got it going, it was too late, and every time they did score, Colby answered right back with touchdown after touchdown. With 352 yards on the ground, 413 total yards, Colby moves on and will host Grantsburg on Saturday. In another WIAA Level 1 playoff contest, it was Whitefish Bay meeting Plymouth in D3 action on Tuesday, and it was all Plymouth who took it to the Blue Dukes on a very rainy night. Scoring early and often, Hayden Potts got Plymouth going in the first quarter on a short 2-yard run and another 13-yard scamper, putting the Panthers up 14-0. Trading scores in the second quarter proved to be all the scoring Whitefish Bay was going to get this night, as Plymouth's Mitch Unger scored on a 32-yard run in the fourth quarter, ensuring a Panther victory 28-7, moving Plymouth into Level 2. Going up against the Edgar defense, which has only allowed 19 points all season, wasn't going to be easy, especially on this Friday night. Despite missing 2 key linemen, the Wildcats forced 5 turnovers starting on the first snap when Athens quarterback Cameron Dietrich fumbled and Kyler Schuler recovered. From that point, Edgar needed just 4 plays to take the lead on Jory Skripchik's 3-yard TD run and start their defense of the D6 state title off on the right foot. The one blemish for the Edgar defense on the night was this Cameron Dietrich 76-yard scoring scamper in the third quarter that gave the Blue Jays a bit of hope with the score 22-6. But it was not to be for Athens on this dark, windy, rainy night as the Wildcats pounded out another touchdown and a couple of field goals to move them down the road to the next test at Iola, Scandinavia on Saturday. Coming into this Level 1 D1 playoff game, Milwaukee Riverside stood with a perfect season and Muskego was 7-3, but it was the Warriors who rose to the occasion on this windy, rainy mess of a night. It was a close game until the third quarter when Adam Schultz hit a wide-open Connor Anderson for a 60-yard touchdown pass, putting the Warriors up 20-12. Muskego running back Luke Prisbella had a nice game, gaining 93 yards while scoring 2 touchdowns, helping Muskego control the game on a very tough night for football. Muskego wins 20-12. Level 1 action in Black River Falls was windy and wet like the rest of the state, and it was the Cody Novinska show for Rice Lake. Here's touchdown number 1 for the Warrior signal caller, a 25-yarder to the goal line. Here's touchdown number 2 for number 14 from 15 yards out, and it was Rice Lake leading Black River Falls 14-6. Black River Falls would even the game before half with this short toss, making it 14-14 going into the break. And for his final touchdown of the night, Rice Lake's Cody Novinska takes it in from 5, making it 42-14 at that point. Novinska would end the night with 5 touchdowns as Rice Lake wins in Level 1 49-20 over Black River Falls. With Level 1 in the books, some serious matchups and rematchups were produced. Let's go back to the field for Level 2. In a rematch of the Wisconsin Valley Conference Championship 2 weeks ago, Wisconsin Rapids played host to Stevens Point in Level 2 playoff action. We start with Point leading 10-7, but here comes Offensive Player of the Year in the Wisconsin Valley, Joe Ritchie, and this 30-yard scamper to goal, giving Rapids the lead 14-10 in the third. After a lone Point field goal, here's Joe Ritchie again with 2 yards out. It's Rapids going on top 21-13. A Point TD would bring it to 21-19, but this halfback handoff pass back to QB Grigorich put a 2-point conversion in the hands of Point, bringing it to 21-all in the fourth. Again for Rapids, it's Joe Ritchie on this 1-yarder. Rapids now up 28-21. With under a minute to play, Point gets 6 with this quick toss to Tanner Colbeck, and instead of choosing to take it into overtime, the Panthers decide to try for the win with another 2-point conversion and it's Tanner Kolbeck. And it's good, giving Point the win 29-28. In Colby's Level 2 game, the Hornets came out strong and hard scoring. 35 points in the first half alone, 3 touchdowns coming in the first quarter. Quarterback Aaron Corner got the scoring underway with this 5-yard run. Then Corner found Jeremy Rahm on a big 40-yard pass play, making it 14-0. Dylan Lordsher scored twice, first on this 23-yard romp, and then again in the third quarter with another 27-yard run, helping the Hornets ice the game, coming away with a 42-0 playoff victory. On a beautiful day for football, the Merrill Blue Jays had the home field advantage and seemed poised to continue their march to state. But Menomonie had other ideas. Controlling the game on the ground and taking advantage of Merrill turnovers proved to be the formula for Menomonie's success. Gaining over 250 yards on the ground, Menomonie scored on 3 of its first 4 drives, with Joey Neeb taking it in from 1 yard out. Then it was Isaac Hoagland getting the second TD, and rounding out the first half was Nico Stoke with his 2-yard run. Merrill did make a run at making a game of it with 2 touchdowns in the second half, this one on a 62-yard pass from Arneson to Kyle Kubicek, and then Arneson to Matt Waller on this short TD pass. But in the end, Menomonie comes out on top 28-12. Levels 1 and 2 in the record books. Up next, our update will bring you more highlights from Level 3. I'm Kevin J. Atto for Preps on the Net. This is a Preps on the Net Sports Update.